Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. You might notice it's paused. That's right, it's paused, because Vanguard shenanigans, yay! Who doesn't love some Vanguard shenanigans? So, one thing, I'm bringing Thorgrim. Someone mentioned in my comment section, why did I bring Thorgrim? And actually, there's no reason not to. He's great. He's really good. So, I brought him. So, he's got some great abilities. So, the Oath of Vengeance is really cool. Just being able to give a debuff of minus 27 melee defense for 44 seconds. That is really considerable. So, that is a huge thing. And you can target that. You just place that on somebody that you want, you know, to be screwed for the next 44 seconds. Which is really nice. Also, stand your ground, obviously, is just, you know, stand your ground. He's also got the Great Book of Grudges, which will give plus 9 melee attack to everything nearby, which is a huge, huge increase, because frankly, dwarfs don't have very high melee attack. I mean, if you look at the Longbeards here, I mean, 39, and these guys are like a mid-tier, they're pretty good infantry, right? And yeah, 39 melee attack, it's not even that much. So that plus 9 around him is pretty gigantic. Also, he's the High King, so plus, yeah, plus 8 melee attack for that as well. Which is nuts. Oh, and actually, yeah, that 39, that's not actually a true 39. That's just what they've got now. Hang on, let's see. There's some other Longbeards. Longbeards are great weapons, 22. Oh, Dwarf Warriors. Sorry, that's Dwarf Warriors. Where are the other Longbeards? There they are. There we go. They're supposed to have 30. And these guys have more than 30. So, yeah, so it's pretty great to be able to have these great great buffs. So, it's, yeah, it's map-wide, which is just awesome. I love that. So, really cool. Really, really cool, High King. I like it. So, also, Encourage. Well, yeah, he's a lord, isn't he? Also, though, he's got some magic resistance and missile resist. He's just pretty stocky. He's got magic attacks, which is nice in certain situations. I really like him. He's good. He's good. He's a really good support lord. Really fantastic. Anyway, so that's, yeah, everything else is pretty straightforward. I have Grumbling Guard, Longbeards. Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. I want just some cheap armor piercing, basically. They have enough armor that state troops aren't really able to hurt them that much, and then they have the great weapons to help deal with things like, you know, just punch above their weight, kill great swords and the like. Also, I have some troll hammer torpedoes. These guys are great at defending artillery pieces. And yeah, my organ gun is expensive, so I've got these guys. So if suddenly, you know, a general of the Empire or Karl Franz or something tries to get on top of the artillery to shut it down, he's going to eat a lot of lead. Well, torpedoes, which I guess made of lead. I don't even know. They're going to die, basically. They're screwed. It's a bad idea. Also, I've got the Dragonback Slayers guarding along with some other Slayers. I have the Goblobber, which will be leadership penalties as well as a load of armor-piercing damage. And it's quite easy to protect, because there's not, you know, many ways he can get around this big blob. So this is a great map for artillery and great for dwarfs. Also, I have a couple of mines of blasting charges a bit further out, just to kind of force their hand, get them to try and attack and blob up, and yeah, it's just extra distance, you know, while they're stuck here fighting, I can be shooting at them, you know, and then they have to travel further. So it's kind of nice, so I like this. If they want to get rid of them quickly, they have to blob up, but then they're just asking to be shot down. Also, yeah, some Empire Knights and Hammer of the Witches here. I have 2 Rangers as well in the back. These guys are brilliant in this matchup. I love them. So, especially on this map, like I said, artillery is great on this map. So, of course, my opponent used artillery too. So he has Hammer of the Witches, super accurate, great for sniping out other artillery, and then he can just shoot at lords or heroes, or even just, you know, Longbeards. Doesn't matter. You can just take out the artillery nice and quick, because they're super accurate. But I managed to pick the perfect spot to put my Rangers, because he had this guy all out on his own, thinking, it'll be fine, he'll just sweep around, and, you know, he's got cavalry here, dwarfs are slow, it won't be a problem, you know, the guns can get him caught in the crossfire, or whatever, you know, he thought this would be safe. It's not. I've got my Rangers, so this is perfect. Anyway, he's got some Empire Knights, which, of course, will be able to do pretty well against the Rangers, but still, I'm in range. I can get rid of this pretty quickly. So, he's got some Empire Knights on either side, 4 handgunners, which is definitely worthwhile. He's got some spears in the front to soak up some sort of thunder of fire and the like. Also good melee defense, so they can hold out for a bit. And his shields is great swords, of which he has 4 of them. He's also got an Archlector for massive buffs to melee attack, so these guys can chop through dwarfs in seconds. Also, he has Witch Hunter, which is pretty cool. Accusation isn't bad on lords and heroes, and yeah, just really good armor-piercing missile damage. He can get a lot of work done. So that is that, speeding things up. Immediately, you... Oh, wait, nope, need to speed things up even more than that. I usually only have to hit it once. But anyway, this guy... Yeah, he's going to eat a lot of quarrels. And these guys, half the unit is gone. Half the unit! Just from one volley of the organ gun. Which is hilarious. This is amazing. This is crazy good value for me. Obviously, the handgunners just blew the crap out of these miners. They are so doomed. Doing some damage to the spearmen, but they're basically just here to be a nuisance. He's too busy reacting to this noise. So, very cleverly, he did get the Hammer of the Witches to leave. He got them to run away, but the Empire Knights are now broken, and my organ gun's wandering off. Come on. Come on, buddy. I'm going to start shooting into the handgunners and things with the organ gun in a second. So, yeah, one of my mines is broken. I'm running the other one to the side. I was hoping some stuff would chase me and it would slow them down and I could get some shots into, like, the sides of the great swords or something. But anyway, so here, my Dragonback Slayers, I've just sent them straight in. I just want them to get involved here, because, yeah, cavalry is going to try and attack my rangers, so I want to make sure I've got Slayers here. Also, I'm sending the Longbeards around this way too. They can go around the outside if need be. And, yeah, plenty of artillery that these guys are going to have to run straight into. So these handgunners are being really beaten up, which is great for me. It is really stopping him being able to get value out of these guys early. And over here, I'm just sending miners after them. It's fine. The miners are screwed. They're going to die. I don't care. That's fine. My Slayers, though, they're going to probe on the outside, and they're actually going to move up and attack that stuff soon. So, yeah, I've got some good armor piercing, some not so good armor piercing. Yeah, the Longbeards will lose against the Great Swords, but it's fine. They can hold things at bay for a while. So all my artillery is getting rid of the guns, which are the main threat, really, because as soon as a hole is punched in my front line, my guys will run away, almost the last man, because leadership is amazing for Longbeards. So as soon as they break and run off, I'll just have my Iron Drakes and my organ gun and my Goblobber to blast whatever managed to win that engagement, and they're not going to last long at all. So right now I'm just trying to get rid of all their supporting stuff. So over here you can see the Rangers are really, really suffering here. The Empire Knights have been beating them up, but they've managed to survive long enough for my Dragonback Slayers to turn up, which is amazing. So the Dragonback Slayers could deal with the rest of that, and here I've got my Longbeard still moving around. His Hammer of the Witch has been offline the entire battle because he hasn't been able to risk getting on top of the artillery again. So, whoops. So over here, you know, buffs going down, a lot of them, so Grand Shield of Faith is going to hurt. And these are only Dwarf Warriors are great weapons. Thorgrim's in here too, which is great, but these are just Dwarf Warriors fighting all of this. So it's a bit ridiculous. So I keep trying to get some shots at the Iron Drakes, but I just have to pull them back. I just have to pull them right back. So I'm shooting at the Witch Hunter for a bit. I wanted to see if that would do anything. It doesn't. Still got the Goblobber shooting at the handgunners, and now I'm chasing with the Slayers. Slayers should be able to catch these guys up, and I don't really care if they're shot at. They don't really have much in the way of, you know, missile resistance or armor or anything, but it's fine. I mean, they've got nothing better to be attacking, so I may as well get these guys away from all my other units. They're going to be good here. So now my Iron Drakes can shoot into this clump, as can my organ gun. So you can see the iron, you know, the torpedoes landing, doing some pretty huge damage. Thorgrim's still chilling out. My organ gun is firing into this mess as well, and all this stuff is being chased away. So now I think I do actually get the Goblobber to shoot at. Maybe the next unit handgunners, or this blob, I can't remember. Looks like this blob. So these guys were scaring me a little bit. I had to keep an eye on these guys. They ran away, because I wasn't sure if they'd come back and get into my artillery. Anyway, so Dragonback Slayers running in. The Empire Knights actually were chasing my Longbeards down, so I turned the Longbeards around so my Dragonback Slayers could catch up, and it did catch a lot of them out. So that's nice. So these guys are going to open fire on the artillery crew again, I believe. And, yep, Goblobber and everything just firing into this mess. And Thorgrim's having a wonderful time in here with his 89 melee defense. He's doing great. So some units are broken, like my Dwarf Warriors, but, you know, it's all good. And amazingly, these Longbeards have actually been holding out against all this. These Great Swords you'd think would deal with the Longbeards really quickly, but actually with Thorgrim nearby, these guys are pretty formidable. They've done well. So all of this stuff shattered, well, broke around Thorgrim, so he's having a good time. Managed to punch a hole through here because the Grumbling Guard are just superb. They are really good. They will beat Great Swords. So they're pushing forwards, and that's it. He calls it a day. His whole back line is in disarray. I actually have people running around his back line. I mean, dwarfs don't run around in your back line killing things. What is going on? So, yes, I don't think he was expecting this. I think he was expecting me to be huddled in a corner, and he could just blow up all my artillery from a distance and then just walk up to me and kill all my dwarfs. But no, I went on the offensive. I decided to be sneaky. That's the thing. A lot of people play dwarfs very one-dimensionally. Well, two-dimensionally, I suppose. You know what? No, screw it. One-dimensionally. They're a very 2D thing anyway. But yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with them. You know, they have some units that can vanguard. You can delay things like that. You can sneak up to things. It's great. I mean, frankly, these rangers, they basically won me the match. Because, I mean, yeah, 15 kills each, but they kept everything busy. You know, the Hammer of the Witches wasn't able to shoot at my organ gun. If it was, I would have missed out on 130 kills. I mean, that is huge, right? Like, when you put that into perspective, those Rangers allowed my organ gun to get 130 kills. Hell, they might have even allowed the Goblobber to get those 72, you know? These wouldn't have lasted in the face of the Hammer of the Witches, but because they were just right behind it, I was able to take it out. And even if I wasn't, you know, standing in range of it at the start of the battle, which was just hilarious, by the way, I was so proud of them. But yeah, they could have wandered off there, because they could have wandered over to it, wherever it was on the map, because they can stalk. So I just have them run around the, you know, the back of the map and get onto them eventually. I might have lost the odd artillery piece, but they would have dealt with the cannon. So it's pretty great. Also, by then, the Empire Knights would have probably got involved trying to deal with my backline as well. And, you know, they'd have been contending with Slayers and things in the back. Trollhammer torpedoes, one volley from them hurts. But my god, the organ gun shreds. It just shreds cavalry. It's insane how good the organ gun can be, provided it doesn't get blown up. So, yeah, that's about it, right? I mean, that's everything. That's Dwarfs. That is Dwarfs for you. And I did say I wouldn't be continuing this sort of Dwarf spree, but actually I am really enjoying playing them. So there's probably still going to be quite a few Dwarf replays. I know you guys have been enjoying them, because no one else is really playing them much, from what I see in the comments. No one's really giving them a go, because, yeah, they're a bit crap. You know, that people just bring a load of armor piercing, and dwarfs fall over. That's it, you know. But actually, you can be quite crafty with the dwarfs. I don't think enough people are willing to be crafty with them. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it paid off. It really paid off, because this is by no means a bad army. This is really good for killing dwarves. This is a very similar thing to what I tend to bring. I don't usually go with the Empire Knights. I usually just go with, like, I don't know, a couple of Pistoliers or maybe Outriders. So I've either got the armor piercing the Outriders, or just got the annoying, cheap stuff of the Pistoliers to keep the back line busy, shoot some, you know, shoot some Slayers, just be a pain. They can charge into artillery crews to slow them down, you know, to stop them firing for a few seconds before they get out of there. They're just nice to harass. But Empire Knights, I think they're too big targets, honestly. Even if they do get into the front line, you know, they could charge into a unit of Longbeards, do some good damage on the charge, but anything with range can just shoot over the Longbeards' heads and continue to kill Empire Knights. You just always have line of sight on units like this, so it's a risky pick. But just a ton of great swords, a ton of handgunners, a load of shields to soak up missile fire, and an Archlector to buff their melee attack, so once they do get into melee, they can shred through the dwarfs even quicker. So this build is good. I just managed to completely just outmaneuver him, basically, which was a lot of fun. So, yeah, thanks for the match, Aaron. Sorry that your Hammer of the Witches got killed straight away. That was unlucky, truth be told. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.